is obviously not going to happen. The date has been constantly pushed back. I want to say they were supposed to fight sometime in June, July, something like that. Then it got pushed all the way to August. And now it looks like it's probably not going to happen this year.
One mugshot, $20 million gone by sunrise. It's 6 a.m. in Miami. Floodlights glare as Gervonta Tank Davis shuffles out. Hoodie yanked so low you barely see his eyes. 3 stone-faced officers box him in like he's the crown jewels. No trash talk, no swagger. Just shutters clicking and live stream chats firing. Is this really Tank? Sponsors vanish, fight posters get scrubbed, and that Vegas rematch? Poof. Mirage over the strip. Did a silent stroll just deliver the KO no rival ever could? Stick around. What happens in the next 12 hours will decide his entire career.
Covering suspects bonding out of jail here for several years, I can tell you that this is a first for me because as Davis was walking out of the Turner Guilford Night Center, he had 3 corrections officers surrounding him, not really allowing reporters to get close to him to ask him questions. That said, I did ask those questions as to his allegations. He is accused of striking his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his children. I asked him about those charges. He refused to answer our question.
Tank steps out, no cuffs, no perp walk, just 3 stone-faced officers hustling him into a blacked-out SUV like he's royalty on loan. Cameras erupt, but he never lifts his head. That hood-up silence roars louder than any post-fight mic drop, and Twitter detonates. Barnes special treatment trends in 6 minutes flat. Sports hosts ask what you're thinking. Since when does a misdemeanor earn a royal escort? Viewers replay the 15-second clip frame by frame. No apology, no eye contact, just a vanishing act. Headlines slam the getaway harder than the charge. Promoters choke on their timelines, and Vegas investors start sweating cold cash. If one silent stroll can torch goodwill this fast, wait till you see what it does to a $20 million fight night. Here's how fast a super fight can vanish. Tank's bond ink is still wet when whispers hit. August 16th is wobbling. By noon, TalkSport blasts, rematch in doubt, and every boxing pod fires up emergency streams. Inside PBC's Vegas War Room, the vibe flips from victory lap to DEFCON 1 because Lamont Roach Jr. never even signed. One writer says, Tank must stay out of jail. Suddenly that line feels radioactive. Roach goes live on Instagram, 4,000 fans watching his jaw twitch. His trainer cuts in, lock the date this week or we're gone. Amazon Prime scrambles for a Haney Plan B. Sponsors invoke morality clauses. An energy drink giant demands a full refund, 48 hours or else. By sunset, flights are canceled, hotel blocks released, and locals joke the only thing locked for August 16th is the desert heat. Would you still pay for this card if the headliner's MIA? Drop a yes or nah below, because the money floodgates are about to slam shut, and the next number you'll hear isn't a purse, it's a lost tally. Picture Tank's wallet as a Vegas jackpot, bells ringing, coins flying, then someone yanks the plug. Overnight, his guaranteed $10 to $12 million purse doesn't just shrink, it vanishes. Broadcasters freeze wire transfers, promoters whisper force majeure, and that's just the opening bell. The real bleed? Sponsors. One energy drink giant triggered a 24-hour clawback clause. No fight, no check. Within hours, a betting app yanked its 6-figure promo, and a mouthguard company tweeted a cryptic standards matter before locking its account. Dominoes. A Reddit thread called Tank's Lost Millions Tracker clocked the damage at nearly $35 million by sundown, before legal bills even start. Cameos flatline, Twitch streamers scrub his highlights, and replies on every post chant the same dagger. Return the sponsor money first. Brands now write, Davis exclusion riders, banning events that bear his name. How much of that 35 mil do you think he'll ever claw back? 10%, 50%, or 0? Drop your guess below. Because if you think a negative balance sheet hurts, wait till prosecutors unravel a rap sheet that reads like a horror montage. Let's hit play on the highlight reel no promoter wants in 4K. February 2020, Miami, Super Bowl weekend. Celebs are lofting half-court heaves for charity when Tank storms across the baseline, clamps a fistful of his ex's t-shirt, and drags her off like a coach yanking a rookie who blew the play. Gasps echo, cameras zoom, and a 14-second clip detonates online before the Gatorade on the scorer's table turns lukewarm. Jump to December 2022, 2 days after Christmas. Fight week is looming when a shaky 911 tape leaks. A woman's voice, raw and frantic, begs, "Please help me, he's going to kill me," while a baby wails in the background. She says Tank smacked her, shows a split lip, and pleads for faster police. Next morning, his mugshot drops. and social media splits into two warring tribes. Lock him up versus haters gonna hate. She later retracts, heated emotions, but audio never dies, and algorithms never forget. Rewind again to Halloween night, 2020, Baltimore. Tank's matte black Lambo blasts a red light, T-bones a Toyota, bodies hit asphalt, including a pregnant woman crying for help. He and his entourage allegedly leap into another car and vanish into the night. 3 years of courtroom chess later, he pleads guilty to 4 felonies. Judge Althea Handy spares prison, 90 days home detention, 3-year probation, 200 service hours, and warns, celebrity won't shield you next time. Tank lasts 30 days before sneaking off to a 4 seasons. An ankle monitor ping drags him back to central booking. No plush pillows this round. First-time domestic battery in Florida? It's usually a slap on the wrist, misdemeanor, anger management class, maybe a weekend of time served. But history changes the weight class. The moment a judge sees a pattern, prosecutors can upgrade to a 3rd-degree felony, 5 years behind bars, 5 more on probation, and a $5,000 sting. Circle July 29th on your calendar. That's Tank's arraignment, just 18 days before his penciled Vegas rematch. 1 bond tweak, no out-of-state travel, and the 8-figure purse evaporates like ringside flashbulbs. Defense will chant, no prior convictions, but prosecutors roll in a highlight reel. Super Bowl choke grab, the sobbing 911 tape, a hit-and-run guilty plea. Juries remember video, judges remember headlines. And under Florida's depart upward clause, those old clips let a judge exceed the usual sentence. Think Ray Rice 2014. Guidelines said probation, video doubled it. Here's the sword hanging over Tank's locker. He could be cooling off in county while his rematch date marches on without him, and promoters can't sell a pay-per-view to a hearing room. Your call? Fight fans. Does the pattern justify a felony? Drop felony or misdemeanor below, and we'll tally the verdict live. Because the real opponent isn't Lamont Roach or ring rust. It's a prosecutor armed with 3 years of viral footage and a judge who warned, celebrity won't shield you next time. And that gavel lands a lot harder than any left hook. Belts can vanish outside the ring. If the WBA calls a suspension hearing, a move they haven't made this loudly since Tyson lost his license in '97, Tank could wake up titleless without throwing a jab. Picture the belt case on fight night stage. But the velvet slot is empty, spotlight glaring on nothing. Networks smell blood, too. HBO once iced Antonio Margarito the moment that loaded glove scandal surfaced. Streaming giants would drop Davis just as fast rather than risk a boycott rerun. Classic fights are safer reruns than courthouse cliffhangers. Studio legends have already picked corners. Terrence Crawford calls Tank everything wrong with the sport. Floyd Mayweather, mentor turned maybe manager, offers a silky no comment, which screams louder than trash talk. Comment threads turn into civil war. Highlight real greatness versus off-camera goodness. So here we stand. 30-0 on paper, 0-1 against the law. One boardroom vote could end the streak before the bell. Viewer challenge. Number 1, type ring if you think the champ deserves another shot. Sell if the rematch belongs behind bars. Viewer challenge. Number 2, strip or suspend. What should the WBA do? Cast your verdict below, because next week's hearing could rewrite the pound-for-pound list. And your comments might just predict the final scorecard. 4 viral scandals, nearly $35 million down the drain, and a July 29th court date that could KO his belt before the opening bell. Will Gervonta Davis sidestep the gavel, or finally take a hit he can't shake? Type ring if he walks free. Sell if you see cuffs. I'll break the verdict live on Fight Week, so smash subscribe. The clock's ticking louder than any 10-second count.